Well, I came over here by Meyer. I was working in one of the best jobs in all of New York, 56 stories above the street and all this. And he came to see me, and I thought, when he said, would you like to come to Denmark, I looked at this guy and I thought, my God, whether I should take him serious or not, you know. And it turned out to be one of my very great friends, and he's a wonderful man. And I shall always be thankful that he got me to come here. It's almost like me being reborn again, to work with Papa Boo and Fesser and those kind of bands. So I came here, and it's just like I found a new home, and I hope, I do really hope that I'm going to spend the rest of my life in Denmark. I really do, because I'm playing like I want to play, and they accept me, which is marvelous. And I remember once saying to some guys that I was going to go, I think I'd go to Switzerland to live, and they said, oh, no, man, you can't do that. You belong to us now. I'm a Dane now. Yeah. Well, I'm Wild Bill Davidson, and I was born in Defiance, Ohio. That's in America. 1906. I didn't think anyone would want to know how old I am, but I am very old. Anyway, we were surrounded by music, and I heard music when I was a kid, and I liked what my mother said to me when I was crawling around on the floor. When she would play the piano, I would get all the pots and pans out and beat on the pots and pans with spoons and stuff. And she said I had a sense of rhythm, especially when she would play something that would swing a little, you know, something that had some swing to it. So this is before I could talk. I was started on that scene, you know. But I always wanted to play the trumpet, because the trumpet, I thought, was the most expressive. If you're going to take charge of what you're doing, the cornet is the instrument to play. And I always wanted to do that, so I did. If you come a half hour late, you're discharged. And I always like to be on time. If I call somebody and I make an agreement to meet, if they weren't there, I was really brought down. And my life has been set on that. Even as a little kid, I always wanted to be on time. I suppose as nobody taught me to do that. It was my own thing, you know. Well, it's nice to know I got a guitar player going today. Hey, well, how you doing? Oh, and you. Nice to see you. I didn't know you were still working. Got some new violins today, but I'm glad some of the old ones are still here. If there's something to do and there's a jazz musician missing because he's too damn lazy to show up or something, or he phones in and said, well, I'm sick, and the real truth was he had a few the night before or something. But this annoys me because nothing has ever stood in the way of my playing. And playing hard and working at the music business. In America, in the early days, there were so many places to play. And even though you had your own band and you say you played till midnight, 9 to 12, well, when you're young, that's, baby, you're ready to go at 12, you know. And so there was many places to go play. And that's where I got my best experience, was go play with other bands and listen to what they were doing. If I heard there was a band playing after 12, I was there with my horn, you know. Whether they liked me or not, I played. Yeah. Well, it's like the old days, really. I left my little band that I had in 1923 and went to Cincinnati. I went with a band, funny sounding band. It was called Roland Potter's Peerless Players. And we got to Cincinnati, and I had never seen a big town before. As you know, I came from a very small town. And of course, Cincinnati was, say, 150,000. That's a big city, you know. And right after that, I left the band and went with a band called Chub Steinberg, where I met a banjo player, Carl Clove. And Clove knew Bix very well. And of course oh yeah, man, and I always wanted to know what he looked like and how he played. And so I got to hear Bix play almost every night, because we used to go, because all the musicians in those days, when you were through playing on your regular job at night, we'd all go to a place there called the Garden of Allah, and there'd be hundreds of musicians there. And this is 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 2 o'clock in the morning. And you'd get to play with everybody. Everybody sat in and played. So many, many times I played with Bix. And in those days, of course, I played the banjo and mellophone. And so I got to play with Bix because I certainly, if I played trumpet, I wouldn't have gone near him to play with, but I was playing mellophone. And that's sort of like you could play trombone parts on a mellophone. And I got to be a great friend of Bix's. And speaking of riding in the car, what we're doing right now, those were Prohibition days, you know, and we had to ride miles sometimes to find cheap whiskey and cheap gin. And many times in Cincinnati, we'd go up on a place called Price Hill, and there was a big fat lady up there that sold us pints of gin for $1. And I'd buy 10 or 12. We'd buy 10 or 12 at a time, naturally, for that kind of money. But Bix was a great drinker, as you know. As a matter of fact, that ended his life drinking as much as he did. And, well, all those guys, it seems like everybody in those days drank this stuff. Christ, I don't know how I'm alive today, because I drank some pretty horrible stuff in my time, you know. And I'm sure all the musicians did. Because you had no guarantee that you wouldn't go blind with some of this stuff, you know. Who's back there?
Come up and do a number with us?
Where do you want me to?
Sure, we want you. Come on up here, man. Come on up here.
Help me. Here. Wait a minute, I can't my coat. Hold my bugle, baby.
Man.
Well, I've been in America. Didn't you know about that?
No.
We heard about that place.
Yeah, that must be some nice place. Oh!
Now.
No one. Isn't this fun? That wouldn't be fun if I couldn't find my mouthpiece.
No, that would be something. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, baby?
How you doing, Bill?
Oh,
Good
yeah.
to see you.
Oh! Hello, Daddy.
Man, tell me, what you want to blow?
We're gonna play I Can't Believe. But that do.